What's up, everyone? This is Niyi Adewale, host of the Akabo Home Financial Freedom Mastermind Group. This group meets virtually every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, and the members of this group are committed to achieving financial freedom well before the traditional retirement age. So in this podcast, you are going to get VIP access to the conversations we have about different forms of investment and creative ways to get your dollars working harder for you than you originally worked to obtain those dollars.
Hey man, how's it going?
Super good. How you doing, Desmond?
Not too bad, man. Not too bad.
Hey, come on now. What you up to right now?
Not much. I'm just over here on my computer, doing a mix of work and also real estate stuff. Just in between. What about you though? What are you up to?
Man, so just finished up a couple offers for two more clients that are looking to purchase their first homes. So kind of walking through the whole process. It's like deja vu, man. You kind of repeat, rinse and repeat. But no, it's been good. It's been good. And then I'm just excited for our closing on Friday, man. I think this is gonna be you swooped in and scooped up one of the last fourplexes that I've seen that looks that solid. Most of them need some work. And
Yeah.
this is like ready to rock.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think this one looks like a winner. All signs point to it being a winner. So yeah, man, I'm excited for sure. A little nervous, but hey, I think that's all in the process. I'm just curious to see, what the fall and the winter months are gonna look like, with the Airbnb. So let's see. I think I'll be able to get it going by the first. Yeah, man, I'm just ready to come out of the gate rolling.
Come on now. Do you have is there anything that's burning on your mind right now as we head into closing and kind of what you can do after?
Right. I'm trying to think. Not necessarily, right? I think I have a good way forward and I have a good idea of what the path forward looks like, right? We're going to close on Friday and I have, a lot of to-dos and I got my list together, before closing things and after closing and whatnot. And I actually was, getting the utilities and stuff figured out today, right? And learned some things there where it's not Georgia Power that does the electric. It's actually College Park Power and Water, and they manage everything themselves, and they have not the best reviews. So, I'm interested to see how that relationship's going to go. But basically, I need to take in, right, like we were saying, that closing document. I think they were saying like even the purchase and sale agreement would be helpful if you bring that in and say, hey, look, I want to set things up. And with them, I can set up a landlord account, which is great, where with Georgia Power, I needed at least 5 units. Right. So I like that, I can do that landlord account. I can kind of manage everything as one, I'm hoping. And then I got the internet set up today as well.
Nice.
Which is cool. Yeah. So, things are rolling on that front. And then, yeah, man, let's see. I mean, that's pretty much it, right? And then otherwise, yeah, right. Like when the closing happens, gonna get this credit card, right? Gonna look and see what the best one is that I want, right? Once I have that, start getting the furniture, start furnishing this thing, start trying to make it look nice. I want to try to take on like the pest control piece, and I'm trying to think. Yeah, that piece specifically, I want to see if I can do myself.
The
right?
pest
At
control?
least out of the gate, yeah, and see like what that looks like, right?
You could.
And at least like also and understand like what does it cost when you're getting pest control, like on a quarterly basis or on like a monthly basis even, and what are they doing?
So I get it on a quarterly basis for all the properties, at least in Atlanta. So 4 properties all have it. And the cost of it, they come out once every 3 months. I want to say it's not crazy expensive. It may be like $90 each time they come out. So 30,
Okay.
and then anytime in between that, they'll come out for free if you see something. the main thing it gives you is the ability to say, hey, I have professional pest control, and you don't have to figure it out. Like if somebody sees a roach that's alive or something like that, because somebody hasn't lived in that unit for a minute or things of that nature, and you're the one that's coming out trying to figure it out. What if they see it again? Like
Right,
it,
right.
it, it kind of makes it a little easier to just push that on them.
Mm,
Now for 4 units, it'd probably be a little bit more expensive as opposed to 90 for a house.
right,
But I found it well worth it for every 3 months just to be able to, hey, if somebody sees something, I call them, say, hey guys, I need you to come back out. And then we kind of take it from there.
right, right. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense, right? And I think like having that peace of mind or like having like being able to say like, hey, I have this company that does it is definitely valuable. Um,
I'll put it like this, right? When I look at, and I get what you're doing. Like there's a lot of money getting spent right now, and we're trying to find, hey, what are some ways and opportunities that we can save? And when I look at it, one, when you look at house hacking in general, that's the reason you're doing it. It's one of the best ways to save and then
mhm,
acquire a bunch of units. So that's one major way that you're doing it, right?
mhm,
You're not paying for a mortgage and then this is going to effectively help you save. That's one. And then the second thing that I look at is you're self-managing, right? You're going to self-manage the long-term unit, which
right,
typically would cost you anywhere between 6 and 10%, probably closer to 10
mhm,
with 4 units until you get to like 10 and probably be closer to 10%. So
mhm,
that's a savings. And then you're also managing the B&Bs, which
mhm.
typically would cost you between 18 and 30%, right?
Jeez.
So, when I look at those factors and the dollars you're going to bring in from that, I would hire out the cleaning, hire out the pest control, and just save the money that you're going to save from the managing of it.
See, and that's another thing, right, with the cleaning, right, or like Airbnb, especially in the
No.
fall. Well, see, like especially in the fall and the winter, right, where like it might not be like okay, if it gets to the point where like people are coming in like every other day, it's like okay, I don't even want to be keeping up with that, right? I don't want to be going in that often. But like in the fall and the winter, I don't know how frequent the turnaround is going to be. And another thing too is that I don't know that I trust the cleaning companies, right,
Mhm.
to do a better job than I'm going to do, especially on my first one,
Mhm.
right? Because I've heard also that like, hey, look, my reviews have gone down because the cleaning companies have missed something, and like because they're not looking at all ends. And it's, for me, specifically my first one, right, and like it being my Airbnb, I want it to look as best as possible. You know what I'm saying? Like
Absolutely.
with me living next door, you know, I feel like I'm able, especially like I want to understand how much does it cost, right? If it's costing $50 to come in and do the whole thing every time, okay, maybe, but like
It's not going to be 50.
it's gonna
It'd
be
be
more than
higher.
that. Yeah,
It'd be more than
exactly,
that.
exactly,
Yeah.
and that's what I figured, right? That's what I figured.
Mhm.
And 50 is what you're paying, like your little cousin to come in and he's missing stuff too, right? At the end of the day, I feel like no one's caring about it more than I am at the end of the day, and it's I can have the peace of mind, right? Of no, and maybe I do this on the first 10, right? Just so I can know, hey, look, this is the specific checklist I need to have, and these
Mhm.
are the boom, 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 boom items you need to go in there and do, because I've done this myself 10 times,
Mhm.
right? Or I'm the cleaning company for the first, at
You
least,
could literally create one, dude. Like you could.
and even if I don't like create my own company per se, who knows? I might pay myself. Who know? I don't know, right? But like at the end of the
You
day, like
can.
I know, like, and that's I think getting more sophisticated with it. But I think at the end of the day, it's like I feel like I'll care the most about it, and I feel like for the money that I'm saving, especially with it being a 1-1, I can't see it being that hard. I mean,
It's
like,
not going to be that hard. Like
and
I
I've
have a
worked at fast
1-1.
food. Yeah,
Mhm.
go ahead. I've
No,
worked at
please,
fast food and
please.
stuff, so like I'm willing to like get a little dirty and I'm like I don't want it to be god awful disgusting, God
Yeah.
forbid, but like I if I'm saving $200 like I'll get on my hands and knees and do a little cleaning for a couple hours, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
So
come on now. No, and what I would say is these are all valid points. So I want to take it just one at a time. One, the peace of mind, I hear you on that because it's gravely important that you have a solid cleaning team. Like if the cleaning team's not good, and somebody walks in, they're not going to care about whatever the furniture or the pictures on the wall. They're like,
don't
hey man, I
matter,
can't sleep here, right? I'm good,
don't
right?
matter.
They're going to give you a bad review and all of that. That being said, when you look at the cleaning teams and the fact that you're going to be right there, with my first B&B, it was the one that's right underneath me. Speaking of which, we got to have you guys over, man. at some
Yeah,
point for like dinner or something.
that'd be
Seriously,
dope. Yeah,
we'll
for
figure
sure.
that piece out.
That'd be
But
dope.
was underneath me, and I was a little bit nervous about that, but I hired out the cleaning staff, and I'll tell you why in a second. And I would just go in and check in after him, right? So the
Hmm.
first person I had, I went in and checked. I'm like, man, this looks amazing. This is like better than I could have done or on par. And
Hmm.
then, I check the next time and the next time. And those first couple, what I'd do is I'd leave a bottle of wine for the guests. So it would kind of enhance their experience. And I'd recommend doing that for your first 5 stays at both of
Hmm.
the two B&Bs. And it allows you to buy a little bit of grace in case anything goes wrong, like, hey, I can't get in or something, right? There's bound to be something in the first stay until people get kind
Right.
of comfortable with it. Um, and two, it allows you to go in and check after them and kind of say, hey, can you clean this up? Can you fix this piece? I want to tighten this up. That's one. And then two, about caring the most about it. You're right. You're going to care the most about this stuff because
Mm,
it's your property. Nobody else is
mm,
going to care for your property like you can. But then comes the question, and I realize this is one property, but your goal is to scale. I know you want to get more and more units,
right.
and you want to start looking next. So you've got a full-time job. You're going to be managing these units, and then you're also going to be cleaning. So let me give you a scenario. Let's say you have both units booked up and somebody's checking in right after. These people check out at 11 and they wait right up till 11 to check out 2 units. And the next people check out at 4. And
Mm,
it's a Wednesday. So that means that between 11 and 4, you've got to run between both the units to make sure everything's washed, cleaned, ready to rock, kind of meets your
mm,
standard
mm.
while people are calling you from the W-2, right?
Yeah, right. While I got my
And
job
then
going.
and then you've got to like send messages and all this other stuff. This is a piece that you can definitely leverage off, and because you're actually on site,
Hmm.
it's very easy for you to go in right after and just check.
Mm,
I tell you this: I've had 3 sets of cleaning crews, right, and I can recommend you a cleaning crew if you want to try it out. It's not going to cost you 200 for 1 bed, 1 bath. I think you have laundry in each unit too, right?
I don't.
You do not. Okay, so one
That's
bed,
tough.
one
That's
bath.
tough too, right? And like, I'd be wondering, like, how do you even clean the B&B? Now you got to run to the laundromat and like do the sheets. I guess you have
Mhm.
a backup to
You
just
have
put
three,
on there. Yeah, I saw you were like you get three, and I'm
three
I'm
per
like
bed.
I'm like man, three. No, but I
To
think that
that
make
point,
because you
mhm,
leave what you're leaving one, and then you keep one in storage, or I was
because
wanting to
you,
ask about
you
that.
you keep so you have one on the bed, right, and then you
Mm,
have 2 in storage per bed. So if you have, yeah, you're gonna have 1 bed. So one on the bed, 2 in the storage closet. And I'd recommend, and we can talk through this. I'd recommend using the closet in each of them, locking it off, and using that as the owner's closet to keep
mm-hmm,
extra supplies. If you
mm-hmm,
go with a cleaning crew, which I highly recommend, and then get one of those open closets. Like the little like racks where you just put hangers on it. It's like you
mm-hmm.
get it at Target for $20, like the little open closet. You know what I mean?
Open. I think so.
It's
You,
like it's literally,
it's
I wish
like
I
a
could
little
draw it.
like
It's like a
it,
goalpost upside down, like a goalpost, and you hang hangers on it. It's like a literally they have it at these. They have it at the. I'll show it to you.
I don't think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's here. I'll pull it up. But long story short, that's what I would use.
Okay.
And let me pull that up because this is going to be on my mind. Open closet. One of these. And this one's expensive as heck because it's from Wayfair, but this is what I'm talking about. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Target, you can get one of these metal frames like this. Just put the
Okay.
hangers there. It's like $20.
Okay.
Um, but long story short, what this is going to do is it's going to free up your time, and it's going to allow you to be able to grow and not be nervous about it, right? And once you start to get into a groove, it's really going to help from a optimizing everything else standpoint and allowing you to focus on the most important tasks, because the cleaning you could do yourself and that's
Yeah.
significant savings, but I'd leave that as a last resort. I don't
Right.
think you're going to need to do that. With the cleaning, it shouldn't cost you more. It should be about, if you use like a professional company like I'm using, $100. If you
Hmm.
went with a local cleaner, which you could do as well, and source somebody and just make sure they're good, you could probably negotiate 75. I can tell you for
Okay.
underneath my unit, I get it for 75, and they take the stuff back with them. I negotiated that. Hey, take it back with you. They wash it and then they bring
Mm,
it back. That's why I have 3 sets. So there's an
nice.
extra pair just in case.
Mm,
And then with the professional company I use for a 1 bed, 1 bath up in Marietta, the in-law suite that doesn't have a washer or dryer, they charge me 100, and that's a professional
Okay.
company. They take it to the laundromat and bring it back and things of that nature.
Okay.
But does that make sense? You know what I'm saying with the time constraint thing, and then it's like
Yeah, no, for sure. For
it's
sure.
it's tough to wrap your mind around it, but dude, it's worth it. Like it's worth it.
No, I mean I believe it, right? Because like at the end of the day, right? Like with and I want to have the problem where it's not manageable by me, right? I need like a cleaning company, right? Because if I do have like both of the units where they're booked and they're turning over, I'm gonna be kind of screwed, right? Because like I need to work. Like my job ain't that flexible, right? Like I need to be like working,
Yeah.
at least during a 5 hour gap, right? That's a lot of time. So yeah, like at the end of the day, I think that would be tough. I think like yeah, I mean, who knows? I probably will end up going with the company, right? Just to have that peace of mind, right? And, like peace of mind of like, oh, I don't have to do things that like I shouldn't be doing for my job, right? Like and checking
Yes.
out when I shouldn't be checking out, right? Which I don't want to be doing, even though I do have a flexible job, right? I don't want to be like overdoing it for the Airbnbs,
Dude,
right?
the fact that you are going to be on site and managing it, you can
Yeah.
literally go and check after them. And if you see something,
Yeah, that's a
you
big
can
piece.
catch it.
Yeah,
That's the
that's a
main
big
thing.
piece, right? Yeah, being able to go in after and check in, and then say, "Oh, look, this is messed up. I can either call them back here or like fix this myself really quick if needed, right?" And like verify that at least like the first 5 to 10 times to make sure they're solid, right? I think that's a big piece that you were mentioning. And I think another thing too that I was thinking is like once that money starts coming in, I'll feel a bit better. So like
Yeah.
once I need to do the turnover and I've already got the payment, I'm like, okay, let me
You're
actually
gonna be
breathe a
good,
little
and you're
bit.
charging the guest, right? You're charging the guest like so for the
Yeah.
downstairs unit, I charge the guest $100 for the cleaning. For the
Mm,
other one, 100. I recommend not going over 100 for a one bedroom. But as you start to expand and kind of build this thing up, you can even get some more for that. And when you mentioned checklist, this is something I can send you. And feel free to reach out, man. Like this is you don't have to reinvent the real any of this stuff. So let me
yeah,
actually
definitely.
pull
Yeah,
up.
because I was actually I emailed you. I don't know if you saw it, but there was like a
Mhm.
welcome letter that you had mentioned where it was like you had like a picture and like just like a little description. I just like want to see what you put, right? I don't know
Yeah.
if you had sent it over. And then another thing too was um like the welcome like packet of like, oh, like here's how you do your tenant portal and all of that. I
Hmm.
think you had like a packet for that. That'd be great to see.
Yeah, let's pull it up now, and I can send it to you after. I don't know that I did either. So my apologies on that. But this right here
Oh, good.
is a checklist, and I can send you the Word format so you can edit it how you want. But this includes a lot of the things that you saw on that order list, right? So like the
Hmm.
black makeup tiles I learned over time, all this stuff. Cleaners will bring a lot of these items with them, and this one had like a special instruction because it has a fire pit in the back. But I also, one, you should definitely pay for professional photography, which I know you will, right? For the Airbnbs.
Pay for pro photography? Oh man, I don't
Dude,
know.
no, please, no.
Dude, I can set up a tripod and my
No,
phone. I'm telling you,
hell no.
I got an iPhone 12. This is a professional
No
camera right
way,
here.
no. No, 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 no.
This
Please.
this is is basically a Nikon in my
Don't
hand.
do it, man.
I'm telling you.
Don't
Let me
do
take
it.
the pictures first, and then you'll see. I'm telling you.
Hey man, it's different when you go.
Man.
Let me show you. Okay, let me show you this. Let's do this. Are you telling me that you could get these type of photos to pull this up? Because they will edit it for you and all that stuff, man. Like this is legit. This is you can actually zoom into this and it looks the same. Like people see this and they're like, all right, I want to stay here.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's photos are. Imagine if you wanted to sell a home like this home. The reason that we're going to go see it is because they got professional photos, right? And it's a 4 unit and all that stuff. This is like a non-negotiable, man.
Man,
Professional photos.
I'm gonna
I'd
send
rather
you.
you start out cleaning first than not do the professional photos. Seriously. Um, but this is like a cleaning checklist. And after I get the professional photos, what I do is I add it in here as
Okay.
well, so that if I have new cleaners coming in or whatever, they have a guide of, hey, this is what it should look like,
Right.
and this is what it did look like, and so they're able to kind of get that. And then this is just, hey, here goes the code. I keep this inside the cleaning closet that's locked and things of that nature. And it kind of helps. So that's one guide. See if I can send that to you.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. That's definitely a good resource.
Come on now. We're just trying to be of help as much as possible, man. Because I know,
yeah, dude, you got all the documents.
hey, you
I
get it
love
over
it.
time. You get it over time, man. So yeah, let me send this to you.
All right, all right, all right. We're gonna look at this video that I made. Dude, I'm telling you,
Uh-huh.
man, my skills, bro. I'm telling you. Hold on.
Hold up. Let me let you share real quick. Give
I'm
me
gonna
one
show.
second. Let me
Let me share my
all
screen.
participants. Okay, you can share your screen now.
Let me pull this up. I wonder if I can make it to where the sound. Yeah, I can. Comes out of the computer. Let's see. All right. Can you hear me? Or
I
no,
can
no.
hear
Wait. Sorry. Let me do it. Let me do it like this, where the sound comes out of the computer. Can you hear me? Or can you talk?
you. Yes. Can you hear
All
me?
right, cool. So there we go. All right, I'm gonna show you this video I made. Maybe
Okay.
you're.
What you got?
I mean, it's probably gonna be like kind of shit though, right?
Hey, what you got, man? Come on. I want to see it.
Compared to professional photography. All right, let me make it not super loud. Can you see this?
Yep, I can see it.
All right. Oh, that's playing in my headphones. That's weird. There's music to it, but maybe we're not gonna be able to hear it. Hold on.
Hey, man, we
I
could
feel like
do.
the music's a big part, though, right? And if you don't
Well,
have
hey,
the mute,
if we can't stand without the music, then we got an issue. All right. Well, here, go for it, and then I'll show you a video after. But let me see this. Yeah, please.
okay. Hold on. All right. Hold on. So I'm just gonna do one thing because I do want this to speakers use audio. Maybe I can't do it like that. All right, well, whatever. There's music to it, so that adds a lure. You got to keep in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm gonna stop this too because now I'm gonna move. Sorry, I'm gonna move the speaker back to my headset
No worries.
so I can actually hear you. But yeah, dude, this is a video I made for my mom's rental property in Lexington
Mm-hmm.
because she's cheap like me. All right, I think I get it from her, right?
Hey, come on now.
And I made this video with a tripod in my phone. Now, granted, could a professional company probably do a bit better? Probably. Will it be that much better to where I pay $200? I don't know.
Considering you're going to have it forever and
Yeah.
that this is the first and most important thing that people judge it off. Plus, you can't use video on Airbnb. You can do that
Right.
on VRBO, but you
Right.
can't do it on
All right.
Airbnb.
I'm gonna stop the share. You get the point. But I was
Let
proud of this
me let me
video.
let me let me share a
Now you're
luxury.
gonna send me one that's like blows me out of the water. It's gonna be like
Hey, come on
crazy.
now. No. This is just I just want to show here. I think you've already seen this, right? But I hired somebody for this one because I'm like, hey, this is somebody that does this for a living, right?
Yeah, this video. Cause see, mine has no like editing. This is
No, no, no,
clean.
no, 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 no,
Yeah.
no. Hey, don't do that. Don't
Oh
do
man.
that. This is, like yours is cool, but this is somebody who does this for a living, man.
Yeah,
Just like the cleaners, like they do this for a living, dude. Like they're
this
gonna
is
okay,
called this. This really shows the point.
yeah. So long story short, if like
That's
I would
clean.
much rather you be like, hey man, I'm gonna clean the first two than the photos.
That
This
really
make it so
does
fun.
show the point though. That's funny. That's funny.
And you probably spent how many hours did you spend putting that together, man? It looks
At,
good. It looks
at
good, but how
least
many hours?
at least a couple.
Yeah, you
At
could have
least a
you
couple.
you could have used that time to make way more money than it would cost. That's the way I look at it. I always think about just how much time is it going to take me. For example, I don't even go to the units anymore to put away like supplies. I ship it there. I used to drive it around like, okay, I'm gonna go to BJ's and then bring it to the unit. And then I realized like, dude, I just spent 3 hours doing this for 4 properties. I could have been making X amount like
Facts.
doing something else. So now like, all right, I'll pay somebody $50 to go and, hey, can you head there? It's going to arrive today, and put it in the unit. Like I've gotten to that point.
Interesting. Nice, nice. Yeah, no, I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, and that does really drive the point home, right? So, I think I will maybe just try to make this investment then, because I'm already going, who knows, at least 7, 8K deep for the furniture, right?
You're
I don't,
talking
I
about
don't,
per each, right?
I don't know. I don't know. I think after all said and done, it'll probably end up being that. Like the budget's not showing that it's gonna be that right now, but I think once I actually end up buying stuff and like getting these beds and getting the mattresses, the estimates will probably be driven up a bit. But yeah, right now it's looking like, I mean, like 4,500 or even like 5K each. But yeah, I think it'll go up from there. Again, I mean,
Yeah.
granted, I'm not getting like lazy boy furniture, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like cheaper stuff that's, I mean, like I'm going, I'm thinking mostly like, and I want to hear your opinions on this, right? Because again, trying to make it nice, but not like overly nice on my first one, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking like Big Lots,
Yeah.
Amazon,
Okay.
right? Maybe, but like mostly, I mean, really Big Lots for the bigger pieces, right? So couch and like with what it's looking like, those are like 900 or so for the sectional per a piece,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then like dining table, stuff like that from Big Lots or
Nice.
similar
I
caliber
like that.
stores, right?
Yep.
And yeah, man, like we were actually there because after we measured, we went and checked out some places, right? And at first we had gone to Pete's wholesale, store, like just some random like wholesale store
Hey,
that
he had some
had
good
such.
stuff in there or what?
It was alright. I mean, it was decent. I wouldn't recommend it necessarily, but
Yeah.
yeah, nah, it was okay. I mean, it was like okay. I would go in there for stuff like he has stuff like toilet paper and like paper towels or like I don't know, random like maybe like cleaning supplies or just random
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. He'd be selling in bulk. That would be cheaper probably than what you could get it for. And it's like okay, like you can verify like this the real thing or like at least looks like the real thing. So I'll take it,
Yeah.
right? But like furniture and stuff, I'm like, this is a wash. Like this is pointless.
No.
So yeah, like it's silly. But then we went to Big Lots and yeah, man, it's looking solid there. So I think that'll be my prime place. But then mostly the other stuff is gonna be from Amazon, like cleaning supplies wise or whatever it might be, like miscellaneous. Excuse me, even like the smart tech. I think I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
get from there unless I can get a better deal somewhere else, right? Somewhere else being like another store that's having a deal, maybe Best Buy. I know like
Mm-hmm.
there's some holiday deals starting to open up, but yeah, so
I
we'll
would agree
see.
with you, man. I would agree. I like that you're getting the couch and the dining table from like a store because you want to be able
Mm,
to see those. Like, Big Lots is solid, Georgia Furniture Mart, they're all around the same price.
yeah.
Home Goods, if you can find one, right? Because they go quickly. This place called Court, that's up like north of the city.
Okay.
These are all good spots. But if you found some stuff at Big Lots, that's awesome. Where are you getting your bed frames and the mattresses from?
So that's something I still want to figure out, right? Because I'm thinking Facebook Marketplace if I can find something decent, right?
You
But
could.
it's hit or
Mhm,
miss. You never know.
mhm.
Like it's
You
really
could.
like,
It's just the go ahead.
well, I think it's hit or miss, right? It can be hard to find good stuff.
Mhm.
But a mattress, personally, I don't know if I would want to sleep on a mattress from Facebook Marketplace.
No,
That you want to get a mattress from Facebook Marketplace.
no, no, no.
That's the piece. And then another thing is like I want to buy a lot of this stuff on a credit card, right? And with Facebook Marketplace, I don't know if that's necessarily gonna work
Facebook
or like
Market would be tougher on credit card because most people are going to be like Venmo or PayPal and things
right.
like that, or Venmo, or like you'd have to ask them. What I would say for like the bed and the mattress, the frame, and this goes for kind of everything. You want to buy nice, not thrice. It's not my term. Somebody else who does a lot of Airbnb said that, and I was
Okay.
like, dude, that makes so much sense. So buy
Okay.
nice, not three times, right? And so
Right.
you want to be able to buy one time and get everything. And so I love that you're going to Bid Lots for the couch and the dining table, things of that nature. What I like Facebook Market for is accent pieces, artwork, desk. If you want to put a desk in there, uh, TV potentially, but TVs aren't that expensive. Like you can literally get a Chromecast enabled TV for like $400, put it
Right.
on the wall, and you're good to go. And like accent chairs, if you're going to put something like that. I like even like dining tables. Actually, Facebook Market's solid for dining tables. Um, the thing I think about with that is the stress factor, right? So,
Mm,
for example, we saved some money for one of the first B&Bs I got, and
mm,
this is like before I really knew what I was doing. It was like the first one. I was like, hey, let's go get some couches. I'm like, man, this is a great deal on Facebook Market, and so we went to go pick it up. And the thing about it is, you have to pick that stuff up, right? We had this huge sectional, and I have a car that's not going to fit a sectional, so
yeah.
we had to go rent a U-Haul.
Yeah.
I drove with
Yeah.
somebody else. We went, took it all the way down. I'm sweating bullets at this point. Started raining outside. Georgia rain is
Mad.
crazy.
Yeah.
I was angry at
Pissed
myself for
off.
doing
Right.
this. I'm like, dude, by the time I factor in the time and then the dollars of actually buying the U-Haul, bringing it over, bringing it in, and then now bringing the U-Haul back, I was like, dude. So the good thing about going to a store for like the bigger furniture, especially like a bed frame and stuff like that, is they can deliver it, put it together. It's less time on your part. And then the mattress, I always go to Mattress Firm. I know there's a lot of other discount mattresses, but I would buy those new so that it's good, and then wrap it in. I think you saw it on the list, that
Yeah.
um, zippered bed
The
bug proof,
mattress cover.
waterproof
Yeah.
mattress cover. Thank you.
Yeah. Right. 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 And that's what I was wondering too. Like, does it really matter what kind of mattress you buy if I wrap it in a cover?
Well,
You could- Who knows? It's
that's
backward
one way to
proof.
go about it. Hey,
Who knows?
there's cheaper mattresses there. I usually go with the Charlotte Plus mattress, which runs me like, I don't know, 500, 599 or so, 500. Plus that includes delivery per mattress per queen. Um, and I have a Connect out there if you need one, but it's I don't know. For that, mattress will last you like 7 years.
Right.
You want guests to have a good experience. And again, you want to buy once for the long run,
Right.
not three times. You don't want to buy it
Right.
and then people are like, hey, I got lumps and my neck hurts. And all of a sudden, you gotta
Right.
come back and do it again.
Nah, facts, facts, facts. You're right.
And just think through like, hey, if you buy a mattress off Facebook Market, how are you going to get it to the unit,
Yeah.
and who would feel comfortable touching that? Hey guys, hey, help me put this mattress cover on it before I touch it.
Yeah, that's valid. That's valid.
But if you take nothing else from this conversation, two things: one, please hire the photos, and two, check out the cleaning company, man.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, and I was gonna say too, right? Like, I would love those recommendations, right? Like on the
Yeah,
cleaning company, like the couple of documents that we had talked about, like that would be dope for sure. Because I'm trying to get all this up and going. So I'll reach out, to the cleaning company and
I'm still on. My
okay.
camera just died. I'm switching out the battery. But yeah,
Oh,
no,
okay.
yeah, I can actually connect you and they can give you a quote, because the way
Yeah.
they do it is based off of the beds, baths, and square footage. And
Okay.
then they also take a look at laundry, right? Hey, is there laundry on site or off site? So for example, my like one bedroom would have been, I don't know, like 75 or so if it wasn't for having to do the laundry. And so they got to kind of factor that piece in.
All right. Okay.
Um, but it's all good. It's all in all, it's a hell of a lot worth it, because again, think about if you want to take a trip too. Like I want you to be able to build this in a way where you're gonna love this, and
That's
once you get
true. That's
going,
true. If I want to take a trip, I'm screwed, right? I
dude. I
got it.
mean,
Yeah.
I had to explain to the lenders the other day. Yeah, I know his license is from Washington and he lives in Miami, but he's moving to Georgia. You got to believe me. He's here right now. Like I had to explain to him. Like, hey,
That's hilarious. Yeah, no, I had to explain that to a couple of people too. They're like, "Well, which address is it?" I'm
I
like,
was
well,
like, what the hell? I forget what message I saw. When I saw that come through, I'm like, dude, what's going on here, man?
yeah, that's funny. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, I think I will go ahead and take that step, right? Because at the end of the day, like it's not really. I mean, I guess it is my money being spent, but I'm charging this back to the business, right? So at the end of the day, I'm gonna be in the hole just for however long it takes for me to recoup my money, right? Which is fine, and I'm fine. I'm fine with that, right? Because I believe that one day there will become a point where I will cross into the break even point and
Dude,
start to profit.
that so let me tell you when that one day will happen. You're hitting this at the right time. It may not seem like it because like dang, it's not the spring or the summer, which is high season, but you're hitting at a time where we can talk through this stuff a little more
I
calmly.
can solidify my yeah
Yeah, you can have it
patterns.
solid to
Yeah,
where you're off traveling somewhere once it's high season. You're getting bookings galore, dollars coming in. So this is a time to
right,
really tighten everything up
right.
and then kind of hit the ground running. But I already sent you the cleaning checklist Word document so you can kind of edit from there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna connect you with the cleaning company via email,
dope,
and they can actually talk to you about pricing so you can get that ahead of time.
dope.
And then I can text you the photographer that I use. I use two. I use one off of Instagram who's solid. I just started using him recently, and he's cheaper. And he can work on weekends. And then I have a professional company that does an awesome job. They shot most of them. So I can send you both of those. And then you mentioned like the
For sure.
onboarding stuff for the tenant.
Yeah, it was like you had like a welcome letter with like a picture in
Let me
it,
find it.
which was
Let me make
dope.
sure I got the right ones. I use a lot of. Now, I don't use that stuff anymore because I have like
Yeah,
property management out there, but I keep it all because you never know. So let me see if I can find it with you here, and then we can. Where are we at? Real estate management, landlording on autopilot. There was this book I read called Landlording on Autopilot. You're talking about the
mm,
rent talk,
I think
like
it
this.
was it was like not even necessarily the rent talk, but it was like pictures of the portal and stuff of like how to like do the rent. Maybe it was the rent talk.
I think it was here. Let me pull it up, and we can scroll through real quick. You talking about like this?
Yeah. It was
Okay, so I
this.
can send this to you, and then also I think I sent the qualifying thing to you, and then there's one other piece which you mentioned the tenant welcome letter.
Yeah, I'm just curious to see what you put, right? Because I'm like, hey, or
I
yeah,
definitely put this so people can know to switch it over, right? Because now you got the landlord
yeah,
piece. I
yeah.
forget who I got this from, but I just changed the name at the top and then sent it to him. And you can update all this to have,
Nice,
you know.
nice. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I will get that
And then
to.
you sent another thing too, right? Where you're like, hey, like I'm Nee, like what's up? Like I'm the
Yeah.
new owner.
Yep, that was
Because I was starting to
intro.
write mine, and I'm like, well, mine was gonna be one sentence long. Like, hey, it's Desmond. I'm the new owner. Like, send me the send
Your
me the
rent's
money.
going up next. Your rent's going up next month.
Yeah, send me the money. Like, no other combo needs to be had from there. That's
Hey,
funny.
let
I
me
want to be
let
I
me
want to be
find that
friendly and
piece.
nice. Yeah,
No,
man.
no, I know.
I appreciate this a bunch, man, for sure. This is dope.
Hey, come on now. This is it's all good, man. This is once you go through this once, twice, it's like, all right, where did I put that? I think I put it in
Yeah,
the
man. You
actual
need to set up like a course or something.
dude. Yeah, I would.
For
It just
real.
it all takes time. So right
Yeah.
now, what I've done is I've started to coach people on short-term rentals. You
Okay.
as a client get this for free prior
I was
to
gonna say set
uh
up a course, but don't start charging me. Set up a
no,
course though.
he's like, do that for the other guys. You get the because I want to see you be successful, right? We're already working
For sure.
together, and things of that nature, so I can get this stuff to you. And then I set up these Wednesday calls because if I wasn't, I would constantly be doing this all the time, right? So where is it at?
I believe it. How long you been like doing this? Like in real estate?
I've
I
been
don't know if I ever asked
investing.
you that.
Yeah, dude. So I'm working on a PowerPoint to actually talk through that stuff because I need to actually think that would help some people. But I've been investing since 2016. That's when I bought my first house hack.
Hmm.
And okay, I just sent all that to you. My first house hack.
Hmm.
And from there, I just kept buying in the same neighborhood, even when I moved to Boston and I built up 25 units in Louisville, Kentucky, of all long-term rentals before trying my hand at short-term rental in February of last year. And in
Wow.
February last year, I tried it with the house hack, similar to what you're doing. I was like, hey,
Hmm.
let me see if this works. I'm still living in that. I need to buy a new one. Just been focused on other things, but I need to do that. And I built it up to 4 units now and manage additional 11. And I'm bringing on two more within the next month for management. So it's
All
been
right,
going
that's
good.
awesome.